I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya.
The county and the city of Palm Coast make plans for an emergency radio system upgrade. Tony Magoo reports.
Emergency responders in Flagler County and Palm Coast will find it easier to communicate with one another when the county switches over to a new emergency radio system that will improve reception inside large buildings and in areas of the county that now have poor emergency radio coverage. Jared Shoup, the county's IT director, said you're going to see the coverage substantially change. The $15 million upgrade will provide better coverage than the county had expected, actually. Although the county government is taking the lead on the change, the city government workers, including fire rescue personnel and public works employees, use the same radio equipment and have been since the two governments merged their infrastructure in 2009. The county hopes to install the new equipment this spring. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
This portion of Flagler's Morning News is brought to you by the Daytona Beach International Airport. Save time, money, and stress. The Daytona Beach International Airport, it's just plain easy.
After less than 2 years on the Bunnell City Commission, Commissioner John Soule will resign his seat Friday. John R. King tells us why.
Soule says he's doing so as his house in Bunnell's Grand Reserve is being sold, and he's moving to the south end of Flagler, but outside Bunnell city limits. Soule said the move is to accommodate his ailing father, who'll be moving with him. The city's charter requires commissioners to live within the city. However, Soule says he's not done with politics and is eyeing a possible run for the county commission in 2 years.
Probably will. I'm moving into District 3, which is Dave Sullivan's district. My only problem, I guess, there is the fact that I really like Dave and I respect him. He's one of my favorite county commissioners, so it makes it harder to want to run against somebody that you really like. But I do want to be on the county commission one day.
The city commission is expected to meet Monday to fill the vacancy by adding a special election to the regularly scheduled municipal election March 5th. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm John R. King.
I wouldn't necessarily say I passed over anyone.
That's Bunnell City Manager Alvin Jackson defending his choice to hire Rodney Lucas as the city's new Community Development Director over former County Commissioner Nate McLaughlin. Jackson spoke with Pastor Jay from the Today with Pastor Jay show that airs on WNZF on Sunday mornings.
Rodney Lucas has served as an interim city manager, but more importantly, the skill sets he had was day-to-day development services experiences, economic development experiences, as well as community redevelopment.
The commission voted to approve Lucas's hire in a vote 4-1, but not before expressing some discontent.
There is a boil water notice in the city of Bunnell that will last until tomorrow afternoon. The boil water notice is due to a valve repair that took place last night. Keep it here for any updates on the Bunnell boil water notice. What concerns newly elected Palm Coast City Council member Colonel Jack Howell II?
He said one big issue is the city's infrastructure.
The powers that be kind of let the infrastructure scenario slide behind the growth. And they got to go together, or I would prefer to see the infrastructure lead a notch ahead.
Howell said that by keeping up with the infrastructure, there might not be issues with streetlights, culverts, and the swales. He said he'd like to see the infrastructure put on the fast track. That way, Howell said, the city could see more growth. Tomorrow, what kind of person would be the right city manager for Palm Coast? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
If you'd like to speak at the upcoming Flagler County Legislative Delegation meeting chaired by State Rep Paul Renner, time is running out. The meeting is scheduled for Friday, December 7th from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Flagler County Commission chambers in Bunnell. At the meeting, the commission will elect a chair and vice chair as well as take public testimony on legislative issues, appropriations, and local bills. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. If you've got something to say, the deadline to register to get on the agenda is tomorrow. You can do so by calling Renner's office at 446-7644. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.